also the submarine cable project was executed. And we are into system integration and then PMC, EPC contracts, and we are providing third-party audits. Some of the major government projects we are executing in different fields, in defense and in education and all other IT related security operations center, etc. Now the very important question he has put, in the whole telecom chain, if you see the R&D, agencies, then the equipment manufacturers, there are distributors, and then there are the telecom service providers, there are system integrators like us, and there are regulators, and then at the end of the chain is the customer. It's a linear kind of thing. Earlier also someone has said that there is no feedback mechanism what exactly the customer needs. It is what the telecom service providers provide to them. So I feel the customer is the entire chain is the most valued person. We are all existing because of him. And what he desires, he wants very cost effective, but at the same time, the good quality service. That is very, very important. In India, at least I can proudly say that the services are really cost effective compared to other countries. But is there any scope by adding certain value? Yes, definitely. In almost all the countries today, there are not only one operator, there are multiple operators present. But when it comes to infra sharing, are we really sharing the infrastructure? This is a very, very, cost intensive component. Here also in India, only 2 operators are rolled out. Why the others are not done? Because the spectrum is one thing, and second thing is the equipment, a third thing is providing the network, the access network. Today in India around 700,000 towers are there, and to maintain these towers, every year almost 300,000 has to be spent for each tower. And just think of the ROW charges. In some of the cities, it is first running meter is more than 1,000 rupees. The cost of laying is less compared to the ROW charges in some places. So these are all adding stress on the operators as well. So they are not able to invest much on the other value-added services in the AI or data analytics, where they can provide customer-centric services. Even building the resilient networks. Someone had talked about edge computing, taking every taluk or block level. So these are all cost. So they can save by sharing the infrastructure. This is what I want to say. Now there is a talk that provide ubiquitous service across India for providing 5G services. We have doubled it in the next 4-5 years. Just imagine what we have built so far in the last 15-20 years. We have to double it in the next 5 years. It is going to be enormous. So time has come, a collaborative approach standards, API, open API. These are the things which enhance the value addition in the entire performance. And secondly, we have also talked about towers. And in Delhi itself, we are in the smoke chamber actually. So this also will this is the requirement in the coming days. I feel there should be like a platform business model where all the stakeholders are interconnected. So the original R&D manufacturers, R&D designers, or those who rightly said, ultimately the preference of the customer. Telecom change. This is what my today's says.
Thank you, sir. Now I request and how the two can be collaborating to make a more sustainable business case.
Of the high-tech, the evolving technology products. I think India is one of the fastest growing economy. If you see in the recent past, I think India has grown around 7.6% in the second quarter. And the contribution of the that's the reflection of Government of India's policy to support the innovation, evolving technology, innovation, and then the manufacturing, and making India as a hub of telecom IT products. I think we all talked about, the how well spread is the global value chain for the supply of the critical telecom infrastructure. And telecom infrastructure is critical not only from the trade deficit point of view. The reliance of, the India on the import of electronics was significant, which over the year with the rightful policy advocacy has significantly has come down. And also I think all of my panelists have appreciated that, the security of the network is the paramount. The distributed value proposition is, it's always challenging to see, how you get a secure product, end-to-end secure product. The semiconductors, which is the most critical in all of the technology, what I think we all together have talked about, is the navigating, geopolitical turbulence was the key. So ultimately, Government of India has emphasized on, developing the technologies domestically and making India a hub of, the telecom products. So I think for all the guests who have come from the overseas, I think very strongly I can say that India is really developing fast. And just to share some data with you, last year the telecom export has touched around 12.8 billion US dollar, which was around 4 billion 2 years back. So around 200% jump in the export of the telecom products. And you will appreciate that, just on the mobile handsets, we have done around 43 billion US dollar last year production, which was hardly 200,000 crore, which was 22 billion. So I think this is a reflection that, to have a secure network supply chain, and here it's not only the products being supplied as a system integrator or as a assembler, the complete hardware, software, product development is happening in the country. I think if I look at the complete supply chain, for the product development, all will appreciate that, even a software development happening in the country X, it has layers of development below that, partnership below that. No one is doing 100% development of their own. There are partners layer down the level 2 or 3. So I think as a supply chain, we need to ensure on the ruggedness and the integrity of the products being developed on the hardware side and the software side up to that level.
नहीं
तो
है।
पावर सॉल्यूशन के ऊपर सर जी कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? डिजिटल इंडिया बनाने में सर जी का भी काफ़ी सहयोग है, क्योंकि हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी जिस तरह से देश को आगे ले जाना चाहते हैं और डिजिटल इंडिया को लेके वो खास सक्रिय हैं। तो सर जी क्या कहना चाहेंगे कि आप DC to AC, AC to DC जो इन्वर्टर बना रहे हैं,
बिल्कुल
तो
बना रहे
बताएं सर
हैं
जी
और
कुछ।
हम लोग 88 से लगे हुए हैं इस काम में। और हमने ये आप केबल टीवी जब चलता था, केबल टीवी से लेकर के उसकी पहले पावर सप्लाईज बनाते थे, फिर उसके बाद आपका CCTV लिया, फिर उसके बाद आ गया ब्रॉडबैंड। तो ब्रॉडबैंड में भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा काम कर रहे हैं और वो हमारे पास DC-DC कन्वर्टर, DC-AC कन्वर्टर, AC-DC कन्वर्टर, AC-DC DC बैकअप UPS और POE सॉल्यूशंस, जितने भी POE सॉल्यूशंस हैं जैसे 15 वाट, 30 वाट, ठीक है, AF, AT, BT, ये सब हम लोग बनाते हैं इसमें। और सब लोग ये हम लोग जो बना रहे हैं सब चीज़ें, ये सब पूरी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडिया में है। हम लोग कुछ भी इंपोर्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ कंपोनेंट इंपोर्ट होते हैं, वो हर कोई करता है। बाकी सारा प्रोडक्ट डिज़ाइन भी यहाँ का है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भी यहीं है और फैक्ट्री भी यहीं है दिल्ली के।
तो सर जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जिस तरह से आपने इन्फॉर्मेशन दिया। तो एक्सीलेंट, आप जो है मोदी जी के विजन और मिशन को लेके आगे चल रहे हैं। थैंक यू।
बिल्कुल जी, बिल्कुल जी। हम लोग तो चाहते हैं इंपोर्ट कम हो
और एक्सपोर्ट ज़्यादा हो।
एक्सपोर्ट ज़्यादा हो, जिससे कि कंट्री तरक्की करे।
बहुत बढ़िया, थैंक यू वेरी मच।